Hi, and welcome to Clash with Cuddy. Alright, so I'm making a video on Town Hall 8 Surgical, and a little more Surgical in general after that. Captain Awesome wanted to move up from the lines of hogs, and seriously, everybody who's at Town Hall 8 who has level 4 hogs, do not do this till you have level 4, stick with dragons. You need to just move right into Surgical and just forget about the lines of hogs, because the lines of hogs is a lot like dragons. You're just releasing them and hoping for the best, and you might as well get used to the Surgical because it's so much nicer. And even Captain said after it was done that it was so much better than the lines of hogs, and he liked it, and because you have so much more control. Now, the first thing I want to do is I want to go through the scouting of the base for this. Now, Surgical hogs, the reason why it's better is twofold. You're dropping in hogs at multiple locations, and you're taking down multiple buildings at the same time, which means they're doing a lot less damage to your hogs. When you send in a line of hogs, you only take down one defense, and then while that's going on, all the other defenses are shooting at the clump of hogs. Here you can drop 3 to 5 defenses within the same time frame, and the base just goes down so much faster. Time is very rarely an issue with Surgical hogs, especially at Town Hall 8. Now, the other aspect of Surgical hogs is if there's a double bomb, you really don't need to worry about it too much, because it'll only take out 3 to 6 of your hogs. That being said, you can bring a golem. For a base like this, you really wouldn't want to bring a golem. There's just no reason. If there was a compartment, like let's say a big compartment here, and you knew there was a double bomb there, then you could bring a golem and some wizards behind it and do like the cold-blooded or single golem takedown, then Surgical around the rest of the base. It turned out that Captain Awesome didn't have a golem yet, because we were going to try to do 13. So we just said, well, we'll just Surgical this one. Now, you definitely want to pull the CC troops, but you don't need to pull them outside of the base. For instance, he uses a hog to pull, and you just send in one, because we knew there was a dragon in there, not because it was the first attack, but because this clan had dragons in all of their buildings. So one hog would pull it. If it turned out that there was more in there, then you could send in a couple hogs, and then you can just drop your poison on top of those and kill them. With a dragon, you don't want to drop your poison. Now, this base, there's really no spot to pull the CC. He does a nice job, but then for some reason he leaves an anchor. This is called an anchor, so you can pull the CC over there. I don't know why he would want to have an anchor, and if you have a base, you never want to have an anchor. So Captain Awesome takes advantage of moving the CC out there. Now, here's the plan. With Surgical hogs, ideally, when you're looking at a base, you want to send about 3 hogs per each point defense, and you're going to work around the base. You get the point. So I'm going around the base. However, in this situation, the way this guy's base is set up, you cannot send in any hogs to this or to this, because they're tucked back in. So that changes it a little bit. Now, ideally, you would like to have tanks, and at Town Hall 9, you can have giants. So, like, I could send a giant in here first, and then I can send in my hogs. So the initial response into these point defenses, the hogs would come in untouched, which will buy you more time to be able to drop other hogs over here and then drop a heal later. At Town Hall 8, you really can't do that. And to be honest with you, it's really not necessary. But you can take advantage of different opportunities. For instance, in this fight, we planned it out to where Captain Awesome brought a dragon in his CC. So he uses the dragon to kill the CC, and then he waited for the dragon to engage these two towers, and once these two towers are engaged, then you drop your hogs. Now he had a giant in his CC, and the giant engaged him earlier. Hindsight's 2020. He should have dropped the hogs then, with because the giant had the aggro. I don't know why I didn't think of that to tell him that. The next thing is when you drop the three. So he drops three hogs on each of these towers once they engage the dragon. Then he should wait for this cannon to engage the hogs, because then you have like a makeshift tank. Then you drop your three in here. Now he ended up dropping the three early, but it doesn't really matter because you can't get any hogs on the wizard tower. He ended up sending 6 hogs in here, and then we move over here. And here's the thing: he was patient. You can be very patient with this attack, especially at Town Hall 8. He drops his heal, and you want the heal in the biggest cluster of defenses where the hogs will get hung up for some time. So you're going to want to have a heal there, a heal here. You want to have the heals kind of going in here. I didn't think there was any bombs in there because I figured there's got to be Teslas in there. But you want heals on top of Teslas. And then the last heal can go over here in this big chunk of area. You want heals in Teslas because they do a lot of damage and they take a while to chew through. Now once he drops his heal, number 1 right here, he moves in with 6 hogs again here because you can't get the 3 on these two. And he drops his second heal. And he moves over here. And now he uses his giant as a tank here on this. And he drops 6 hogs here. And then he has some extra hogs he brings in on the back end. Now here's the thing. The giant used there was not a good idea. The giant should have been used either in front of these guys or in front of these guys. So, because his giant only took up 1 point defense. And you'd preferably like the giant to take up more than 1. But either way, at Town Hall 8, there's a lot of room for forgiveness. So the way I would calculate my hogs is you go 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Again, we're 6 here. 21. Another 6, 27. And you got 1 to 3 for the pull. So you're looking at between 30 and 32 hogs, and you have some extras for forgiveness. Now, the wizards are pretty much for cleanup in this attack. You can bring a lot less wizards unless you're bringing a golem kill squad, which he isn't. Let's go through the attack. So here we go. So the first thing he does, he sends in his hog. Here comes the kill squad, or excuse me, the CC. Now, you don't want to poison this, guys. Save the poison for the skeletons. Skeletons can be really annoying. He does a nice job of dropping a distractor troop, and then he drops his dragon. Unfortunately, the dragon attacks the stupid hut. But right here, watch the point defenses. They're both shooting at the giant now. He should have dropped his hogs there, but that was my fault. I told him to wait for the dragon. But you're probably going to be bringing a dragon and a giant in the CC from now on, which is actually really good for this attack. So I would say that once that giant gets engaged, you don't need to wait for the dragon. Sends in 3 hogs on the top. Once the dragon gets engaged, watch. Here I come. They're engaged. 3 hogs. 3 hogs. Now he should have waited for the cannon I said earlier to engage, but he doesn't, which is fine. It's not the end of the world at Town Hall 8. Does his 3 there, then he does his 6. Now he's being patient. You can be patient here. There's no reason to panic and just start dropping stuff all over. He drops a nice heal. Then he has his 6 hogs coming in over there. He loses 1 hog, but that's fine. Drops his another heal. They go into there. Drops his giant as a tank. Got his 6 hogs here. He's got 5 extra. He's being patient. He's waiting for his heal. That heal might have probably could have gone a little lower, but there's a lot of forgiveness in this. And he drops his other hogs in the back. And then he's got all those cleanup troops, and he still hasn't even used his king ability. Now watch this. I mean, look at how many hogs are left. I mean, he just wrecks this space. And it's not a big deal to learn a surgical. And the way he's distributing the troops when he's putting 3 down, it's just tapping the finger. Tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap. Sorry about my kids. And if he's dropping 6, it's 6 taps. And you take your time. They don't need to go down that quick. And the rest is history. So even if you're Town Hall 8 or 9, you can learn something from this next attack I'm going to show you. This is a Town Hall 9, but it is the same concepts. They play everywhere, and every single attack with hogs is specifically tailored to a specific base. There is no set army. You can't say how many wizards do I bring? How many of this do I bring? Because it's always tailored to the base. For instance, I just one of the big differences in Town Hall 9 is you need to get to the queen. Now, this person puts their queen dead center. I can come from any direction. Okay? I choose to come this direction because I want to try to take out the double bombs with my kill squad. I could have come from this direction. However, I guess really it doesn't matter. I could have gone either way. I just chose to come from that direction. Um, Now, Town Halls, people need to think of them. They are nothing more than a storage. We don't care about the star that comes from the Town Hall. We don't care about 2 stars. They're a storage. So this is a storage next to here. So you don't want to come this way to get the queen. A, because there's no double bombs in there. And I knew where the double bombs because of a previous attack. But B, because you don't want to go through that storage to get to the queen. That could be some problems. Now there is storages over here, but they're kind of far from a lot of the point defenses. So how did I do my pull? How did I do my plan? The way I planned it was this. I'm going to drop a giant right here. I'm going to drop 3 hogs as my lure. Now this lure, I wanted to pull the clan castle, and with the giant and 3 hogs, I should be able to get those 2-point defenses. I ended up getting a 3rd. Now the rule of thumb is this. If you can send 1 to 2 loons per point defense, you take it. Now instead of a loon, I'm using a hog. So I'm sending 3 hogs and a giant. That's 4. So like 4 loons. I should be able to get 2 defenses. If I can get 2 defenses for 4 loons, I'm taking it. Here I'm getting 3. That's huge. And I'm pulling the CC. I'm accomplishing a lot. And when I send my golems in, I don't have too wide of a spread. Because if I break the wall here, which is what I do, there's a chance that one of these golems just doesn't go there. So I'm able to send both golems in right here and break the wall to get them in. So that's what I do. Now, as soon as the kill squad gets in there, I have to be patient. I drop my jump spell. This is the reason why I chose the spot, because the jump spell is such a nice place right here. I can get into multiple compartments, and I can get into this. I can get into this compartment. I can get into this compartment. I can get into this whole compartment. Well, I guess that's not a compartment there, but you get the gist of it. And I get the double bombs. My next step was to drop some hogs in here. Now I know there's a Tesla here, so I'm dropping 3 here and 3 here. I think I might have dropped 4 there. I'm going to drop a heal on top of here because there's a Tesla there and there's a lot of groups. Now here's where the situation was. He's got a Tesla right here. This guy's got spring traps everywhere, and this is a really good base, actually. He's got spring traps everywhere. There's a spring trap here. 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 That's another thing I eliminated with my lure. There's a spring trap here. And those are the ones that I was really concerned with. So I can't just drop these hogs here, the 7 or 6 I used right there, and then immediately go to here with 3 hogs. I had to wait, because you have to think about the pathing. If I drop the 3 hogs here, they're going here next. He's got the pathing set here. And this is what I mean by surgical in cracking a base. I need to wait till this comes down before I send these hogs in, so they go to here, and I skip the spring trap. Now, if I can do that, and I can get it to where I drop this thing kind of at the same time as I drop this, that's even better, because then I can avoid this spring trap. It turns out that I took a chance and the hogs pathed around the spring trap because I dropped them coming from this area. So they literally went from here to here, and his spring trap was right here. If I dropped them on the outside of this, they might have hit it. So while I was waiting for I dropped this heal, and while I'm waiting for this to go down, I came down here with a giant, and I did the same exact thing as I did up here, with 3 hogs behind, to take out these 2 defenses. By doing that, now I avoid this spring trap. And then I come over here with my 3 hogs and 3 hogs. So I'm looking at 3, 6, 9, 10, and I believe I dropped 3 here, and then I dropped 3 here, so I'm at 13, 16, dropped 3 here, 19, and I'm dropping 3 here and 3 here, 22, 25. So I'm about 25 hogs. I have 28. I have 28, so I'm dropping them. Maybe I dropped 4 here or there. Okay. So let's get to the attack. So once again, first thing, giant, 1, 2, 3. Now, you have plenty of time, guys. Be patient. You don't need to be frantically hitting things. Oh, here's the other thing. For the CC, as soon as I dropped that lure, I dropped these two uh, archers here to start working on this, and then to pull the CC out. I knew there was a dragon in there, so I'm taking the dragon. You could bring a rage on your guys to do it, but for this attack, I felt like I'm gonna need 4 heals or 3 heals and not 2 to get through the base. So I wanted to pull the dragon behind, and then I bring him over in the middle, and then I just drop my golems and then kill him with my stuff behind. Now let's talk about really quickly how many wizards you bring, because people just think you just automatically bring 8 wizards. Absolutely not. The amount of wizards you bring is tailored to the funnel you want to make. I'm going to need 2 wizards on this. I'm going to want 2 wizards here. And then I'm going to want 1, 2, 3, 4. I could get away with 2. That's 8. Okay, I could get away with less than 8 because I could maybe get rid of these 2 and then use my queen in here to kill that. But I didn't need the extra hogs, so I was fine with having the extra wizards. And because there's only 1 defense that's really hitting my golems, I felt like the wizards could get kind of deep. Okay, 1, 2 golems. Got my wizards behind. Got the 2 up there on top. And there's only 1 there. And then 2 on the side. I got my queen. Now I'm waiting. There's no reason to drop the king. Do not drop the king. Get my wall breakers. Here they come. Plenty of time. My golems aren't really taking any damage. Now I'm going to wait to drop my jump spell. Sending my king. Now I drop the hogs on the side. I got my heal. Now I'm waiting. And while I'm doing that, I'm dropping 3 on the bottom with the giant. I'm waiting for them to engage. I just sacrificed those 3 hogs on the bottom. Don't even care about them. Engage that. Tesla's up. Drop my 3. Drop those 3. Got my second heal on the other arch tower. I dropped the hogs in the back. Those 3 right there. Now, this last heal, I can do whatever I want. There's a double giant bomb there. Watch. These guys are going to trigger it. I'm going to lose a bunch of hogs. Doesn't matter. Because I have a mass of hogs on the other side. Those ones are dead, but that's the nice thing about surgical. I've got 2 extra hogs for cleanup. See, I counted 23, and I had 25. I had 2 extra. My queen sets off those bombs finally, and then now I didn't even need to use my poison. If he obviously had air skeletons, so didn't need to use it. And there's no reason to use it any other way, any other spot than the skeletons. That's it, folks. People really need to move away from the lines of hogs and go to surgical at Town Hall 8. If you're doing Town Hall 9. It'd be nice to learn this strategy at Town Hall 8 because then you can perfect it at 9. I hope you enjoyed the video.